Hello, here's a short explanation of the Gatsby essay you'll be writing for your final exam. So you're going to do several things. One, you could either use the book that I gave you, or you could also use the PDF of the book, which is right here. If you use the PDF of the book, you can find these quotes by hitting Control F, which brings up this little find box, and then you put the beginning of the quote in, and then it will find it on that document, and you can copy and paste it. What you're trying to explain, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 incidents involving cars. And what you're going to be proving is how these scenes show that the author uses cars as a symbol to show the carelessness of wealthy people. So for each of these incidents, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. The first one takes place as Nick is riding in the car and Jordan is driving. And you can find this on page 64 of the book, or if you go to page 64 in the PDF. So you would hit down here, Control F, you can write 64, and you go to page 64. Now, right here, you can see it started off because she passed so close. Now, here's the quote. You can copy and paste this into your document. Now, when you do that, what you're looking for is evidence which shows this scene with cars to be as bad as it could be, right? If you were here and you saw this, or you were in the car riding with Jordan and Nick, what would you think if this happened? So Jordan is driving, so imagine you're riding with your friend, right? And they drive so close to the side of the road that there's a construction worker, and those reflective vests that they wear, the car was so close, it flicked the button on that vest. You're like, wow, what are you doing? You're a terrible driver. You got to be more careful. And she says, I don't have to be careful because everyone will get out of my way. It takes two to make an accident. Now, you're going to copy and paste this and put it right here, like that, and put the page number. And then you're going to write a paragraph explanation as to why this is important and how it explains the way wealthy people can drive carelessly. If I was going to write about this, I would bring up several things. First of all, she was driving so recklessly and carelessly that she almost killed a construction worker. The fact that her car could hit his vest indicates that if he had been 6 inches to the right, if the car had been 6 inches to the right, she would have squished him, right? Now, Nick brings up, you need to be more careful because you're driving a vehicle, right? And driving a vehicle is a great responsibility because it's 1,000 pounds or a couple thousand pounds, and you're driving it at a very high rate of speed. If you're not careful with where you're going, and you're not paying attention, and you're not driving carefully, you could cause a lot of damage and kill people. And right here, this is a reason why this shows the carelessness of wealthy people. What Jordan knows, and again, this is just continuing what I would write here, is that she's got enough money that if she were to crash her car, she would stop off at the nearest car dealership and buy a new one. If I crash my car as a teacher, it's not going to destroy my life, but it's a pretty big deal, right? I couldn't just call up an Uber and get dropped off at the nearest car dealership and pick up a new car. And so because of that, I don't have as much money as very wealthy people, and so I need to drive more carefully, right? So then you go on to the next one, and it is page right here. And then this is car accident scene after Gatsby's party. I want you to find a quote or two that makes this incident sound as bad as it can. You're trying to explain to, if say that you were at this party, everyone's of age, obviously, and some people made bad decisions and they got into a car accident because they'd been drinking so much and the car accident took place in the driveway. What would you say? What evidence would you gather to show that as being as bad as you can? And then in a paragraph, explain how that shows carelessness of wealthy people. And then you will do that for here, a story, Jordan and a borrowed car, which is from page 63 in the PDF. And then we see a scene with Nick and Gatsby driving into town, and Gatsby gets pulled over by a police officer. And then here, after the big car accident at the end where Myrtle's killed, there's a conversation that takes place about it. So for each of these, you're going to go to the pages listed for each question. You're going to find a quote or two from that page that is the best piece of evidence you could find, and you're going to copy and paste it in the quotation section. And then for each quote, you're going to write a paragraph or so explaining how that piece of evidence helps prove the point that the author is using cars to show how careless wealthy people are. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. And as always, all I want you to do is give this your best shot. I will give you plenty of feedback, and you can go back and make revisions and improve your grade. And so just give it your best shot and turn it in on time. If you have any questions, please let me know.